Can't you hear me scream like I'm helpless? She's got a kiss like a magnetar. I'm an amateur. She's a superstar. A supernova, a racing star. She's gonna leave me within a steady sky. Why don't you trust me? Nothing to confess. Am I a criminal or a witness? She's got a body like a black hole, and I'm in the event horizon. Like a supernova, a racing stars. She's gonna leave me in a stellar skies. I love you so much, I wanna scream. I love you so much, I wanna scream. I love you so much, I wanna scream. I love you so much, I wanna
My name is Sarah Murphy, and I am the guitar player in Electric Lemonade.
My name's Rob. I play the drums in this band.
My name is Hannah Mazurek, and I play the bass and I sing in Electric Lemonade.
Oh, I sing too, and his last name's Jones.
And I don't sing.
He doesn't have like a mononym.
Rob.
Just trying to do something
is-
there, man.
Rob.
The musician formerly known as
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
We were in this other band called the band was called Van Stones, and it was a folk pop band. And we were actually like 6 weeks ahead of our first tour, and the band was having a lot of it just wasn't working. There was a lot going on. It just wasn't vibing anymore. And so the two other people that were in the band, like 6 weeks ahead of the tour, were like, we're done. And so the three of us were like, okay, well, what are we going to do? We don't want to cancel this tour. We had funding. We had everything booked. We had festivals. So we just like scrambled and got our metaphorical poop in a group and like rewrote all the existing songs and rewrote a whole bunch of new ones and learned a bunch of covers. And that was kind of the like, I guess like the starting point of Electric Lemonade. Like we don't quite sound like we did last year. Like if anybody heard us on tour last year, like the vibe is there, but we're a little bit more like loud and in your face these days. We kind of like went from folk pop to like, okay, we're a rock band to like, okay, we're a rock band, and we don't play any of those tunes anymore. But yeah, like I think it was a really unique and tricky start, but it kind of like set us up really well because all of a sudden we like had this sound that we were able to build off of. That's the way that I would put it.
Yeah. I remember we all celebrated when we finally got rid of the last Van Stone song from our repertoire.
Yeah, we did.
Because we had to hang on to some for a while because we needed 2 hours of music to go on tour, and 2 hours of music in 6 weeks. A lot of it original is a big, big task.
Yeah.
So we hung on to a lot of those songs for a while, and then I think it was in the winter we finally got rid of the last one by replacing it with another original one, and that was a big deal for us.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that the tunes aren't good, it's just that the vibe's different now.
Yeah,
right?
it didn't fit at all.
Yeah.
And you guys have been releasing some new singles as of late. Is there something that the band is kind of building toward in the near future?
Yeah, we are building towards releasing our first like EP, and hopefully that's going to come out like first quarter. That sounds very corporate. First like couple of months next year. Yeah, it's going to be 6-song EP. It's got all the singles that we've been releasing are going to be on that, plus a couple more, and we're going to have some videos coming out. We actually have a video coming out on Friday, August 22nd. I realize I should say it that way because this is going to air after that. But yeah, we have a video for the future. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a video coming out on Friday. So yeah, we're definitely building towards releasing something that like people can have in their hands.
And a lot of the rock bands that you've cited as influences come from giant, gritty, perhaps dumpy urban centers like New York, Los Angeles, or London. But Electric Lemonade, your guys' band, is based out of a city of only 28,000 people, which is very connected to this beautiful, more natural setting. How do you think that that's kind of factored into your guys' music?
That's a good question.
I don't think we're trying to be anything. Not to say that other bands in the genre are, but I definitely think there is an image that comes with the gritty city band, and I think that we have the freedom to not try to fit into that image. Like I know people that have worked in the Vancouver scene and the Vancouver heavy scene. If you want to be in it, you kind of have to fit a certain look. You have to act a certain way. Your band has to sound a certain way and be a certain way on stage. And we have the freedom to not have to do that. And so I wouldn't necessarily say that the natural world, because Yukon is very beautiful, I wouldn't necessarily say that the natural world is an influence, but more that we have the freedom of not being in one of those scenes that can be kind of restrictive. And so we can do whatever we want, which is pretty cool for us.
That's a really good way to put that.
Thank you.
Good answer, man.
Well, and I guess even through this series of our collaboration here at CKUA with Music Yukon and the variety of artists we've had coming in, there's such like versatility, and it's really fascinating to see also that everybody kind of knows each other and collaborates together. So do you kind of see like a lot of cross-genre collaboration up in the Yukon as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And what's that experience like?
We have a picture on our Instagram. Is it on our Instagram?
It's on our Instagram.
It's our little polycule. So there's 5 of us, and there's 3 different bands, and they're from like we are by far the lightest of those 3 bands, and it goes right up to like some serious like doom sludgy stuff, and that's just the 5 of us. Like every band in the Yukon has like 3 other bands that they all share members with, and there's going to be shared genres there, but it's a lot of cross-pollination, and it's really interesting and very communal, and I love it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's super cool. At DCMF, we were honored to get the opportunity to lead the finale, so we brought up a bunch of other artists, and one of them was we had 2 fantastic Yukon artists from different genres. John from Dawson, who was here for this, he did some freestyle on one of our songs, and we had Jeremy Parkin, who's like a brilliant producer. Also join in on that. So yeah, like it's the Yukon music scene is really cool for that.
Yeah, and I mean, even outside of performers, it's a real jack of all trades kind of environment. Versus in those bigger cities, sometimes you have to specialize, and so people do one thing and that's their one thing. But in the Yukon, it's really the more skills you have, whether that's as a performer, performing in other genres, playing different instruments. Everybody is also a sound tech. A lot of people are event producers or do, social media contracts or whatever. So everybody always has 5 or 6 different jobs in the arts and in music specifically. Mm-hmm. So because of that, you also have a really broad skill set that's not just performing. Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I put my feet on the ground, I draw another breath. Thank whoever's up above, cause I'm protected as I slept. I'm in debt up to my neck, but I don't stress because I'm blessed.
Mr. Adams makes beats?
Yes, I put my feet on the ground, I draw another breath. Thank whoever's up above, cause I'm protected as I slept. I'm in debt up to my neck, but I don't stress cause I'm #blessed. I got my health, I got my life, I got my wife, I'm breathing air, I got my sight. I got one hand, if I had two, that would be alright. But I ain't stressing, yes, it's been a blessing in disguise. See, I just stick as long as you ain't 6 feet under. Why would you consider giving in? Cause that would undermine everybody less well off, and let's all just agree that's an awful lot of people that will come to mind. Now come rewind. Remember when I was in school, just a little tyke, wishing I was someone else instead, and then my mom was like, if we all put our problems, stack them all high in a giant pile, and you could see what folks are dealing with, then you would dial it down. I'm thankful for the lessons. I'm thankful for cess and for all the sessions, smoking by homies' blessings. I seen the bro, and I know he's stressing. Don't mean to tell him just how to express, but being grateful works, so put your feet on the ground. I draw another breath, thank whoever's up above, cause I'm protected as I slept. I'm in debt up to my neck, but I don't stress because I'm blessed. Yes, I put my feet on the ground. I draw another breath, thank whoever's up above, cause I'm protected as I slept. I'm in debt up to my neck, but I don't stress cause I'm #blessed. I got my fam, I got my friends. Life is far from perfect, that's common sense. Now how you choose to look at it, that all depends. See, if I'm giving love and being loved, then that's all that matters, and you should never settle for less. Regardless of mamas or where the bar is set. Unresolved trauma got us acting like fauna. While we puffin' on flora, we try to get the best. At least I got my pets. Let's reflect, life can be yeah, like I said, it depends on the distance of your lens. Pull it back, change the scene. Think of all the people who not blessed enough to live like me, blessed enough to look like me. I thank the ancestors for my cheekbones. I tell our stories like the griots. Thankful for my people, grateful that no matter what they throw at us, we eat those. Tomorrow's never promised, so remember, put your feet on the ground. I draw another breath, thank whoever's up above, cause I'm protected as I slept. I'm in debt up to my neck, but I don't stress because I'm blessed. Yes, I put my feet on the ground. I draw another breath, thank whoever's up above, cause I'm protected as I slept. I'm in debt up to my neck, but I don't stress because I'm #blessed. If you woke up this morning, if you are currently 6 feet above ground, well, you know what I mean, not 6 feet under, you are #blessed. Thank you very much. Peace.
Your journey has taken you from Kingston, Jamaica, to Brooklyn, New York, and more recently now to Whitehorse. What was it like arriving as a newcomer to the Yukon music community?
Oh, the Yukon music community is, to answer the question, it was amazing. It was fun. It was great. I knew Kelvin Smoller, who's like the sound guy. He's an MC in Whitehorse. I was put in touch with him through a woman I volunteered with before I even moved to Whitehorse. So I was following him at Loop Sessions while I was in New York. And so when I touched down, the first Loop Sessions we did, I walked in and it was like seeing a friend. It was like, oh, what's up, man? How you doing? And yeah, he's been great. He tells me about, has encouraged me to join Music Yukon. And just in general, the community is just very welcoming. Yeah, compared to like some communities in New York, which can be a little too competitive.
When we decided to move to Canada, I honestly didn't consider the Yukon at first because I didn't think you could survive the winter. And also the smallness of it. So we were thinking more like cities, like maybe Toronto. There's a ton of Jamaicans there, but he hates Drake. He hates the Toronto accent, whatever. So we end up in the Yukon. We went to visit once and he's like, I think I could do it here. And then I was like, actually, that might work just because the music scene is so amazing, so supportive. Like, we've had people throwing gigs at us. Like, I'm a very new DJ. I'm DJing for Ryan here, but we've also been DJing parties and you know, that kind of thing. And yeah, people have just been handing us gigs. It's been wonderful, and there's so many grants. And
shout out to Sweet Jones.
Yeah.
He's called me up, texted me, like, you want to get on this bill? You want to do this? So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's totally different from New York, where you're really scrabbling for scraps. I think artistically.
And not to like poo-poo on New York. There's some great communities in New York. Shout out Brooklyn Wildlife. There are some amazing scenes. Yeah. There's just so many of them that you can sometimes fall into the wrong one. Whereas so far in Whitehorse, I haven't met the wrong one yet.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. All right, so Grant Stovel, who I mentioned is the regular host of this podcast, loves to do his research, and he has discerned that you have a background as a kindergarten teacher. Is that correct?
This is true, yes.
He wants to know, what is it that draws you to fostering the growth of youngsters, as he says, youngsters, quote unquote?
I'm the first grandchild. Like all my siblings and cousins are all younger than me, so I just grew up taking care of people. I enjoy children. I had like a 15-month-old on the plane next to me, and she was what's the word, like annoyed, not really crying, just like fussing, but probably because like her ears, she couldn't pop her ears, and so initially I was annoyed. I was like, oh man, I'm sitting next to a kid. And then when I felt what I felt, and I imagined the kid feeling what I felt, but not knowing how to deal with it, I like calmed down. I put my headphones on, played my Wii, and then halfway through the flight, me and the kids started interacting with each other, making faces, and I believe in the village. I believe it takes like a village to raise a child. I believe that the village can be your immediate family, but it can also be educators, like I've been for 18 years, and it can be someone next to you on a plane. Like I think I helped that family when they were trying to tickle her and do stuff that wasn't working. When I started making my faces, she started smiling.
And on the topic of upbringings, and this is a music podcast, what was your like musical upbringing like?
I love this question. So I grew up in Jamaica to a family that wasn't a typical Jamaican family in terms of like what they listened to. So like reggae wasn't huge in my house. I love reggae now, but as a kid it wasn't huge. So my aunts, bless you. My aunts listened to a lot of Simon and Garfunkel, Paul Simon, Neil Diamond, Anita Baker, Tracy Chapman. So for me, like, I jokingly call Paul Simon the God MC. I think he's the best lyricist that we know of. Some of his songs sound like hip hop to me. I love the Beatles. But that was just me on my own. But then as I got older, I went to Performing Arts High School in New York, where I studied classical voice and just learned a lot of music. Being around a lot of musicians who were much better than me introduced me to a lot. And so like 1998, hip hop became like my identity, and it's many years since then. It still kind of is, but it's hard for me to like, because of the upbringing and the diverse music that I grew up with. It's hard for me to let that go. Shout out to Marty Robbins, country songs it's like trail songs, and anyway, check out Marty Robbins. Great country music songwriter. Big iron on his hip. Yeah, I love that song.
And that's actually a really good tie-in, because our next question here is about influences. And Grant notes that your influences are all over the map, from Dylan to Hendrix to, of course, classic hip-hop. But nowadays, what's the music that's inspiring you?
Nowadays, it's a lot of reggae. I started a reggae band in Whitehorse. So like living in New York, a lot of people assumed I played reggae because I got dreadlocks and I'm from Jamaica. And I think I wasn't interested in it because it was everywhere. I enjoyed listening to it, but I didn't feel the need to make it. Then I moved to Whitehorse, and almost immediately it was like, I need to start a reggae band. It's like there was none there. And just playing with those guys and learning, and finding songs to play, listening to a lot more than I did before. But also, like, do you know the band Salt, SAULT? They're a huge influence. A friend of Jenny's, DJ Carpentress, put us onto that band. So my main instrument besides voice is guitar, but since moving to Whitehorse, I was already playing bass, but I started focusing more on the bass. And so Salt has some amazing bass lines, and reggae songs have amazing bass lines. So that's what I've been playing lately, or listening to lately.
And did I catch that? DJ Carpentress?
Yes, I work as an apprentice carpenter. I used to be a high school teacher in New York, but when we moved up north, I was teaching Arabic, so there isn't really many opportunities in the Yukon for that. So I decided to leave that behind and fulfill another dream, which I've always had, which is to become a carpenter. So I'm doing that right now, and I am the only woman on the job site at all times, so that's why I like the feminine ending. Carpentress, I'm the only one.
And how did DJing begin to factor into that?
Ryan's been trying to get me to DJ for years. And then life got in the way. But yeah, when we moved up there, it finally manifested. So yeah, I'm still very much a baby DJ and learning. But it's been really fun to perform with Ryan.
Ryan's been trying to get Jenny to do music for years. I bought her a bass. The bass I use is her bass. she didn't take to it.
I blame COVID. I started for 2 months and then COVID hit. But we've performed together and separately now, and it's been really fun. I really love to dance, and the music scene in Whitehorse is great. There are some great dance parties, but the dance parties tend to lean a little more EDM, and it's not kind of like the music we were dancing to in New York. So we wanted to sort of bring some parties that have like a little more different flavor, and that's been really, really great. So we're hoping to host some more in the fall. Mm-hmm.
So you guys have been kind of bringing like the New York dance scene to the Yukon.
And by New York dance scene, we mean like just international.
International,
Like,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Because I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of like Arabic rap and actually rap in a lot of different languages, and then we love to dance to like dance hall, reggaeton, like that kind of music. And there isn't really much of that in Whitehorse. Yeah, it's either like EDM, country, folkish, mostly I would say.
Metal.
Metal is very strong there.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like.
So yeah, I'm Jamaican. My friends back home are Bajan, and so I have a couple friends who throw a Caribbean dance party called Rum and Pum Pum Shorts, which I'm missing every month. Every time they post a video about it, it breaks my heart. So basically, we're trying to bring more of the Black Caribbean diaspora music to Whitehorse. Yeah.
You've got gold in the cracks of your skin and the lines of your smile. And I've been told, don't you fall in love, be alone for a while. You're so clear, the sun shines right through you, and all this time I knew to hold my heart back for you. Oh, I fall for a second, a minute, a moment in the wake of your side. Your cadence of footfall that finds me here breathless with nowhere to hide. Oh, my dear, the wind blows right through you, and all this time I knew to hold my heart back for you. Well, you exist for more than me. I sit in the ebb of certainty. I'm falling so hard again, falling so far. Well, we find us where we're meant to be. I sit in the ebb of certainty. It's the minuscule moments, passage of time that brings us back the tide, that brings us back the tide. We are unforgettable.
you're actually the only returning artist that we have this year for the Music Yukon CKUA collaboration.
Right.
So what have you been up to over the past year?
Great question. I've been pushing Hendrika pretty hard. I'm still an independent artist, but I've been attending a lot of showcase festivals and just trying to get my name out there. I've been traveling a lot, which is awesome. I've done some touring in like all across Canada. I recently got into Reaperbond, so I'm heading there in September. So I've been doing a lot of that kind of admin for myself and putting my name out there.
Okay, and that kind of prompts a follow-up question. Is it kind of difficult having to kind of be your own manager while being a singer-songwriter and, as I have now learned today, also a member of Major Funk and whatever other musical projects you might have going on? That seems like a lot to juggle.
It's a lot. I will say that I do struggle with it. I find recently that I've been getting sucked into the kind of admin computer land and spending more time doing that than I am actually creating, which is crazy because I'm supposed to be an artist. But it's just, you get so wrapped up in it, and it's just an endless to-do list. And so it's like, almost kind of addicting, especially if you have that kind of like ADHD task-oriented brain. It's like checking things off the list can be actually addicting. Sometimes, that ends up weirdly taking priority over actually writing songs. So I'm working on that right now, making sure that I allot time to sit down and write and create or just be in a creative headspace and kind of just practice.
And as I was just noting earlier, so you're playing in a variety of different settings, everything from your solo project that you're kind of showing off here, Hendrika, and also to, as Grant describes it, the boisterous band Major Funk.
Boisterous.
Boisterous, I like that word. How would you describe the music scene in the Yukon these days?
I would say like most other places, COVID had a pretty intense effect. It's in a bit of a lull. We lost one of our biggest venues, and I find that it's just not as active as it once was, but it's a combination of things. It's also just the times, and I think that will come back. But yeah, we need more artists up there, and there is a lot of funding and support for the arts, so it's a really great place to be as an artist, and just the scenery obviously is so inspiring, and the community is really beautiful, and there's a lot of value there. But as far as like actually the performing arts, like we only have like a couple venues left right now, which is wild because there used to be, dozens of venues in Whitehorse, and it's really, that piece has really diminished in the last few years. But it's still great. We have the Yukon Arts Center. We have a couple festivals. We have Dawson City Music Festival is incredible. Corbin has totally just like knocked it out of the park. He's the new director, and he's been absolutely killing it. And then the Atlan Music Festival as well. Whitehorse doesn't have a festival yet, but hopefully that'll happen at some point because I think we need one.
Wow, get on it, Whitehorse.
Yeah, right? Whitehorse Folk Fest 2027. Let's go.
And do you find that the territory tends to kind of cultivate people that want to be there, if that makes sense?
Can you say that again?
Like people who, do you find that people are there because they want to be there? It's not like I was born here and I just never left and It's like people are like, no, I want to be here for like a specific reason.
Yeah, definitely. Most people, like if it's not for them, they dip out like right after high school. But the people that love it really, really love it. And they never leave. Like I know so many people that came up to visit for like a week and never left. Like I swear to God, or fell in love with somebody and never left. But usually it's just like they fell in love with the place.
Like with the land.
Yeah, and just immediately moved there. Like the quickest turnover.